Hey guys, welcome back to Lucid Trading. We are live right now as we speak. Hold up. Just gonna wait until everybody has joined. I hope you guys have have had a nice weekend so far. Let me just check what's happening. Hey guys, welcome. I have a little bit of a surprise. I've got a little bit of a surprise. Well, we have the Lucid merch, wearing the t-shirt right now. So, it's pretty awesome. It finally arrived. Happy Sunday to everybody. Welcome. Welcome to everybody out there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Lucid Army. The excitement. Welcome, guys. Yeah, so I got the t-shirt, the polo t-shirt. I also have the hoodie. That was a very, very annoying notification from the Xbox app, which I don't even use. Let me just mute that desktop noise. Yeah, guys, make sure you smash that like button. Okay, so I wanted to take a look at Snowflake because it's been stuck in this wedge pattern, right? As you can see, we've been very bearish. We've gone all the way up to 430. We're now at the 285. And yeah, I wanted to look a little bit at that, but I'm going to be pretty much analyzing many more stocks. We're going to do the weekly predictions, and it's just going to be super awesome. Hello, Gara. Apple split soon. I don't think so. I don't think there's going to be a split for Apple. Let's see. Is Neo going to $250? I don't think so. I don't think he was going to go to $250. That would be crazy, though, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's see. Samsung is talking about moving the plant to Texas. Marvel Technology. Prediction for Palantir. Okay, so I hope you guys have been having an awesome weekend so far. I think we're going to make it even more awesome with the weekly predictions, where we try to predict where the stocks that we cover and your favorite stocks are going to be heading next. And I think it's going to be super exciting because, honestly, stocks are just starting to rally. I think the rally has just begun. It's going to be very, very interesting. I predicted that it would be heading to the 4,000s on the S&P. So back to Snowflake. I want to just take a little bit of a look at Snowflake right now because, well, I think I got a public account right now. If you guys didn't know, I have a public account. You can get access to it on the Patreon. But I bought some Snowflake, among other stocks. And I thought Snowflake would be performing well because I think it's now going to be rebounding to the upside. I mean, that could very well be the case right here. We're going to be analyzing it just a little bit. Could you take a look at CRM, Salesforce, CCIV, about TRXC? You know, I'm going to be covering all of your stocks. Just make sure you smash that like button. Let's just get to 100 likes. That would be cool. Dean Lotman says, are you buying lunch for everybody today? I think a lot of people can be buying lunch because a lot of people have been gaining a lot of money in the markets. Is Apple running up until earnings? Well, it seems like it, yes. So I think very well Apple could be running up until earnings. Usually it does see a bit of a sell-off on earnings. Keep that in mind. So be prepared for any kind of it could be like a 3 to 5% sell-off in the worst case scenario. Gara, what do you think about the GME big squeeze? What I think about it is, well, so let's just grab Gamestop for a second. So the Gamestop Corporation, there you go. So looking at Gamestop, just looking at the 30 minutes, it seems like we're crossing on the MACD, right? However, we do know that this could mean nothing, right? So last time we crossed, we just kept on going up. The same case could be made right here. However, I don't think we have to look at the technicals. I think we have to think rationally. GameStop was struggling tons, right? They needed capital. What is the next thing that a CEO could be doing when he sees that his stock price is going up by, what, 1,000%? I think the next thing that's going to happen is they're going to issue more shares. I think they could very well be on path of doing that. If they issue more shares, that would burn all the longs, and that would pretty much save the shorts. And I think with hedge funds having the power to contact particular people, I think what they're going to do next is most likely do an equity raise, and that could be very negative to anybody holding GameStop. I think that would be crazy to not do an equity raise, actually, at this point. So, but yeah, that's just my opinion about it. It's been really running high and running hot. The squeeze could keep on continuing until about $100 potentially. But yeah, let's see. Snow above 290 before. Let me check. Let me go to Snowflake. Right, so that was the original stock that I want to cover right now for the weekly prediction. We're gonna do many more predictions. We're gonna do Tesla, AMD, Apple, Neo. We're gonna do all of them. Palantir. So right now, as we speak, right, we're holding trend here. We broke this trend. We're now holding this trend right here. I don't think we're gonna break this one, because if we go to the 4 hours, it seems like we're about to see a rebound here. Potentially crossing again. Looks very weird, but I think there's a good probability that this is going to be heading upwards, which could potentially mean that Snowflake will be, well, looking at the RSI, there's room to the upside. We can also see we've just been not really moving since probably October. So we got the same prices in October, and well, this was the top right here, the 430s. I think we're most likely going to go back to the 300s and above. Obviously, I have not really checked the fundamentals. I'm just basing this off of purely the technicals. Looking at the daily chart, you can clearly see that we have been very negative and that we could be crossing at any given moment. I think potentially by Wednesday, we would have crossed on the MACD and we could see a massive rally to the upside, going to the 300s and above. So that's just what I'm seeing right now, just on top of my head. On the top of my head. Let me see. Nano Dimension. BIOL. Let me check what's happening in the live chat. Can you look at SBE, please? We'll do that in a second. Penny stock to explode. SENS. Can you do Jumia at some point? Gara, I missed you. I missed you guys too. It's been a very long weekend, honestly. I wanted to do a live stream yesterday, but I also had to take a rest. So I think I'll be taking less and less rests because I think I should be fine for now. Let's see. All right, cool. You talked about Amazon moving up before earnings a few days ago. Could you check over that? You also talked about possibly buying Alibaba and more Tesla. What are your thoughts right now? So on Amazon, I think Amazon is a nice buying opportunity because we do know that like it's gone up, but I think it's going to go up even further. I think the MACD here is going to cross on the weekly. This is going to happen probably by the beginning of February, so we could see a significant surge happen to the upside. I'm talking like a potential 10 to about 20% surge happening from here. So that could take us to potentially 3,800, somewhere along those lines could be a possibility. We can see that earnings is going to be the first week of February. So yeah, that could very well happen. We could cross and just keep going. Although I would say, yeah, you can clearly see that the price hasn't been moving at all. It's just been staying the same for about 6 months, maybe even longer than that. For 6 months, just a flat price. Given that we already had a massive surge from the March dip all the way to the 3000s. So potentially I would see this move that we had, this little move, which is about almost $1,000. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm expecting the $3,800 to $4,000 range, if anything. If anything, honestly. The daily chart right now looking like the MACD is pretty low. We crossed on the MACD, actually. So that is a kind of a bullish signal that could be taking us, that could take us like 10 to 20% above. So yeah, Amazon looking pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change the colors of the video because I look like a zombie. I don't think this is better. All right, so this looks a little bit. I don't think anything changed at all, honestly. Can you look at Ethereum? Can you do Microsoft? YouTube didn't send me any notification. Really? That's you should maybe turn on the notification bell. You also said Tesla, right? So I think Tesla, it's crossing on the daily chart, right? So that's very negative. But keep in mind, we still have earnings coming up. So that might be a bullish catalyst. I'm not too sure about it, though. I've been very bearish on Tesla because it's just we don't have much momentum. We don't have anything left. You can see that the MACD is moving significantly, but the price barely moves. So all the hype that we had, all the momentum that we had has already kind of escaped. It's just we're kind of running flat. I would not be surprised if Tesla would just move sideways now. Either just sideways in this range, or it would just sell off initially and then after that see a massive surge. So yeah, I think we could definitely see a quick move to the upside, maybe hit the 900s. I mean, at this point, maybe a little bit above that, then come back down. So that's what I'm seeing right now. I don't think I can see anything else happen from here because we are already really, really, really richly valued. This move. This was a very nice move, but it's also going to pretty much cost us some, I would say it's going to go sideways. I don't think there's going to be a lot happening here. So potential 5 to 10% upside, then it's going to retrace back. Unless the markets are running hot. If the markets are running hot, I could see this go up to the thousands. But even then, just not a lot of significant movement happening because we can see on the daily chart, we just crossed on the MACD very negatively. This could be heading down further. It's very overextended. Hey Gara, for education purposes only, is it fine to buy Apple tomorrow? Well, if I look at Apple as we speak. So just Apple as it is. Apple has more room to run. For sure, it has more room to run. I think we're just at the beginning. And I think potentially on earnings, we're going to see a tiny sell-off. But even then, I think this stock is going to run further. There's more room to the upside. There's more gains to be made. Are you bullish for next week at Lucid Trading? Yeah, I am bullish on the S&P. Yeah, although there is going to be I think the Fed, there's going to be a meeting like an FOMC, I believe. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, Apple is going to launch. I think Apple is going to launch before earnings. It's going to dip after earnings. And it's going to launch again. So we're going to I think we're going to take the L on earnings itself. CCIV. Yeah, okay, so CCIV, some rumors coming in that the Saudis, they already bought into CCIV, which is going to strengthen the rumor that the merger is going to happen with CCIV. So yeah, I would say that. Also, notice how we kind of topped out right here at the last trend line. It's now kind of using this trend line as a upper trend line instead of a bottom trend line. Sorry for that, guys. Still F. I think I'm going to put on my hoodie. I think you guys are going to like this. 1 second. I'm going to put on my hoodie because it's really cold. It's winter. I'm going to put it on top of my t-shirt. There we go. Oh, gotta be careful. The green screen is like right behind me. Let me see if I can show you. Lucid hoodies, boys and girls. Let's go. Lucid. You can see that the green candle disappears because of the green screen. But yeah, we have hoodies, we have t-shirts. And now I can finally wear them. So you're going to see me wear these like every freaking day. Alright, let's go. Okay, so CCIV. Guys, listen up. So, very important, guys. I want to say something about Churchill Capital. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be... I'll be linking the merch in the live chat. We have massive discounts. I barely make a profit on them. So definitely check it out. Some people are wondering where you can get the merch. Well, link is in the description for that. But we also have it right here. Let's see. Pin the merchandise. Okay, cool. Have pinned that. Alright, so I want to say something about CCIV. Listen up, everybody. You got to listen up over here. So, Churchill Capital Corp, right? There's a lot of rumors going around. Is it going to merge? Is it not going to merge? We got the Saudis buying CCIV. We pretty much know that there is a connection between somebody that's a partner at CCIV, Andrew Liveris, who's also he's like the leader of the board. So there's, in my opinion, there's enough evidence. There's just enough evidence to just assume that this merger is going to happen. Although there's a tiny risk that they decide not to merge. That there's something like, oh, we don't want to do it right now. Or, oh, we're going to postpone it. Or something in that nature. Or they get a better offer. So that's definitely possible. So we do know that they're going to do the merger. We're almost 99% sure that this is going to be happening with CCIV. But, so what is going to happen if this merger is going to happen, right? So what's going to happen with CCIV's price? I don't know if many people talk about this, but this is very crucial to know because I would imagine that people are getting into CCIV thinking, hey, I'm going to get a gain, but you don't know what the potential gain could be. So I'm going to explain that a little bit. Okay, so in my opinion, for this kind of speculation, we have to look at what happened in the past, right? Back when Nikola Corporation was going public, when people thought it was legit, we know that Nikola. Look at this. So there was so much hype around Nikola. It was the next thing. It was the Tesla killer. It was this and that. So you can see it right here. We were doing nothing here. Like for a while, we were doing nothing. But once the merger was just, running in hot, the stock jumped to $36. Like that's 36, right? So right now with CCIV, we're around here. Then after that, it went to the 40s, and it had a massive jump to the hundreds. So I think with CCIV, we could see similar movement, if not more, because we have this company is not a fraud. They are actually going to deliver in the second quarter. So we have to kind of consider that. The market capitalization of Nikola right now, given that they're like sort of fraudulent, is 7.7 billion, right? What's the CCIV's market cap, right? So CCIV is right now 5.7 billion. So I think this market cap could definitely be going towards the $40 billion, $50 billion. I'm not going to say that it's going to stay there, but it could very well spike to that level. It could see a massive spike, just like we saw with Nikola Corporation. And I think it could go even higher than that, because we know that this company, like everybody's looking forward to this. This is like super hyped up, so it could very well be reaching incredible valuations. Yeah, so on a merger, price goes down on the short term. I agree with that. I do agree with that. So that could definitely be the case. But I think it is worth the wait, because... So this is my strategy. So I've put in a small amount, I would say a couple thousand, into CCIV. Say, for example, they announced the merger. It's going to happen 2 months down the road. So this thing is going to spike to the 35, potentially right here. Then it's going to come back down to the 20s and maybe even the 17s, etc. It's going to do nothing for a while throughout March. But then in April, the merger is going to come around. So merger comes around, we start spiking to the 40s. So this spike is going to happen in a couple days' time. Probably going to see a sell-off as well. Hold up. There you go. So we would probably go to the 40s, see a bit of a sell-off, going back to the 30s, etc. But then keep on spiking, because the valuation of Lucid Motors, just valuation, right? It's $15 billion. You have to keep that in mind. $15 billion. And not only that, we would know that right now the market capitalization is $5.7 billion. So I think if we multiply this by 2.5, maybe 3, we could get the valuation. So that would be multiply the current price with 3, you would get the $60, $70. That would be the fair value of Lucid Motors. But that is not going to stop it from skyrocketing, because there's going to be massive demand for the stock. It's just going to keep going up to the hundreds. And honestly, I think it could very well go up to the 150s at some point. This is just pure speculation, right? It's not going to stay at that level. Keep that in mind. It's going to spike there, then come down, consolidate, and then there's going to be a lot of price discovery. So for now, I would say there's so much more upside coming, and any kind of dip is going to be worth buying if this merger is going to happen. And I think at this point it's almost 100% likely they're going to be doing that. So but yeah, let's see. I want to take a look at Snowflake a little bit, because I think there is a buying opportunity coming in Snowflake. We can see that we are right now sitting at this level that we stayed at around October. We were at that level as well, and now we're kind of using that level as a sort of bottom support. So we're probably going to break through this wedge, and I'm expecting it to break through to the upside here, which could be a potential 10 to 20% gain coming in. Is CCIV worth buying around like 18? I think CCIV is going to be anything below $30. I think CCIV is looking pretty great. Will Tesla ever see below $700 again? Most definitely. Most definitely it will. For the newcomers, guys, Lucid. We all about Lucid. Just kidding. Guys, if you're new here, if you don't know what I do, so what I do is I analyze your favorite stocks. I try to predict what's going to happen with the price. I try to sort of educate you as well on the technicals. We look at the technicals, but sometimes we also look at the fundamentals to get things straight. We have around a 80% win rate on predicting where the trend is going, and that's pretty amazing. I think that is enough to be making profits, and we have been making profits, tons of it. Keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor. Everything I say and everything I draw on the charts, that is just going to be my opinion. So remember that. But yeah, if you are new here, definitely subscribe to the channel right now. That would be awesome. We do live stream every single day. Although on Saturdays, whenever I'm like super tired, I take a break on the Saturdays. But yeah, would say that. Also, guys, let me know down below which stocks you want me to be analyzing today. We're going to do the weekly predictions today, so please let me know. Just briefly checking what's happening with in the live chat right now. Apex Technologies, GNOG, SBE. Lots of people want to see SBE, Jumia, Palantir. Yeah, Palantir is definitely popular. Very popular right now. Welcome, Saint. AMC Entertainment. Google, Qualcomm, SENS. IPOF. Yeah, definitely. I want to just see. So some people have been saying that Lucid might be merging with IPOF, I believe. It's been going up, definitely. I don't know. Was it IPOF? IPOEF? Or I don't know. There was this particular... The SPAC. I don't know. It's whatever. Snowflake. So yeah, there's a potential, I would say, 20% coming in for Snowflake. I'll do a full-on analysis on that. I wish I could just lower the camera a bit so you can see the logo. Yeah, it doesn't work because I have the pop filter messing with my view. All right. GME. I'm gonna try to do a GME analysis as well. I'm gonna try to do it. I don't think IPOF is going to be Lucid though. I highly doubt that. I now do know what people want to see. Okay, so I want to start with Snowflake because I think Snowflake could be a very strong buying opportunity. So after this one, we're going to cover the main ones as well as some stocks that you'd like me to be doing. But I think definitely looking at Snowflake wouldn't hurt because it's been going down for a while now. Very similar to Palantir. I think it will be making a massive resurgence as well. So we're going to have to just briefly draw some supports and resistances. This is going to help us a lot, actually. So we're just going to have the main ones out there. Obviously, this is going to be a support. So honestly, there's not a whole lot of downside on Snowflake's side, unless the fundamentals just go fully corrupt, which I don't see happening actually. That's a resistance as well. I think that could be enough in terms of maybe this. Okay, so all right, so just looking at Snowflake as it is. We had hit the oversold. We had a massive sell-off, right? Absolutely enormous sell-off. $100 just gone. So we recovered a little bit. We're still stuck right here, still stuck. It seems like we could either go down or go to the upside. But given that we have seen the momentum on the daily chart, just looking at this, right? I think it looks more like it's about to be purging to the upside, right? So a huge push to the upside coming for Snowflake. We know that the last time that this happened, we had a move of about $50, right? $50. Keep that in mind. So say, for example, we would see a similar move on Snowflake here. So something like that. Just a copy, just briefly copy that. That would bring us back to the 330s. Now, I'm not seeing that happening. I'm not necessarily seeing that exact move happening, but I do definitely see us potentially pushing to the upside. How long has CCIV been waiting for the merger? Sometimes it will take about 3 months. Yeah, it could definitely take a little bit longer. Let me fix my hair. Gosh, I really have to go to the barber, but everything is closed, and we also have a curfew right now. But yeah, guys, we now finally have the Lucid merch. At least I have it like in my house. I think a lot of people already ordered it. There's a link in the description for that. But yeah, I'm very happy. It's really good quality. I didn't expect that. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm probably gonna get the Lucid mug as well. But yeah. Anyways, my expectation for Snowflake right now is I think we're most likely gonna jump, see some resistance, but just probably head to the upside. We went down after earnings. No, we had a spike on earnings. Then we sold off, and we came down. We hit this bottom here, big spike again, then tumbled down. So, just according to the bearishness that we have seen, it wouldn't be too bold to assume that this is gonna just pretty much skyrocket. Guys, let's get to 200 likes right now. What does CCIV do? CCIV likes to spread rumors. I'm just kidding. CCIV is going to be potentially merging with the company called Lucid Motors. And, well, I want to be a part of it, so. Because it's called Lucid Motors. I mean, why wouldn't I be a part of it? Alright. Alright, guys, I hope you guys are ready. We're going to do an analysis for Snowflake stock. I definitely think there's a lot of potential for this stock, and that's the reason why we're covering it. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's see. Do we have another resistance? I think we don't. No. No. Yeah, that is definitely a nice wedge. Alright, so you can see that the MACD still has tons of space to be running, like tons. And the RSI, I would say, can still be moving upwards very nicely. Yeah, I think I'm going to do another episode of Should You Buy This Stock, honestly. So this is going to be Snowflake. Should you buy Snowflake? And I think definitely with the way Snowflake is looking, it's looking pretty sweet. So investing in Lucid just because of the name. Yeah, sometimes, honestly, sometimes you just gotta invest because of the name, right? I'm joking. Obviously, I'm joking. No, it's not just because of the name. It's because of the brand. It's because of the cars they're gonna be delivering, the value, the valuation. CCIV is gonna be worth way more. It would be crazy to just invest because of a name. Right, so can we see particular patterns that we've seen in the past? Yeah, I'm really thinking that we're going to see something like that. Just a repeat of this move. I would maybe say that this extension that we had, maybe we're not going to get that because we don't have earnings coming up. But just going up like $50, sure, why not? That could very well happen. Keep in mind, look, this move, see this right here, would really correspond. I mean, just copy it. It's just perfect. So potentially see that happen with Snowflake. Everything is just a rumor, right? All right, let's see. Okay. So yeah, so from here, potentially it could be running to right around there, that range. Why did I draw this here? I wonder. Shouldn't be. Yeah, it should be here. That is the resistance level. So I'm thinking we're gonna see a run up to that resistance level. Yeah. So that's gonna be a 10%, 20. Is that 20%? I think that is a potential 20% gain. Almost 20%. This is on the assumption that the Nasdaq is not going to fall off a cliff. Right, so let's just get started then. Technology services package software. I actually do want to cover the site and everything and look at the fundamentals. Yeah, should I make it a should you buy this stock episode or not? Because with the should you buy this stock, I'm gonna have to cover the fundamentals as well. That's gonna take too much time. I think want to reserve that for another time. So maybe it's just gonna be a weekly prediction for Snowflake. Should I do that? No. I'll just record it and see what happens. That's gonna be very helpful, I think. All right. Here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to Lucid Trading. I am Gara, and today we're going to be analyzing Snowflake. This is going to be a weekly prediction for Snowflake and why I think personally that Snowflake is looking really sweet at the moment. Before we start, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Also, keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor. Everything I say and everything I draw is for educational purposes only. All right, let's just get started, right? So why do I think that Snowflake, as it is looking like a sweet buying opportunity? Well, it's now sitting at $285.5. We have recently come down from the $308, right? Technically speaking, we're getting a discount. But not only that, the all-time high is sitting at $427.8. So we're getting a massive discount from the all-time high. I think the fundamentals are still looking okay. I think this company could still be running up significantly. It's just going to depend on the stock market. But just looking at the technicals, I think Snowflake, just as it is about to be escaping the wedge pattern that we have been in. And this could potentially mean that we could be running to the upside. Just grab the brush right now. So, all right. So that could potentially mean that we would be running, like I said, to the upside. And this could be us going to the 309, consolidating a bit, and then after that to the 340, where we have a major resistance. Obviously, this is just on top of my head, we have to be looking at every single time frame, but on the 30 minutes as it is, still definitely does look bullish. We're going to look at the 1 hour time frame, the 4 hour time frame, the daily time frame, etc. We'll come back to the 30 minutes and draw it out properly, but for now, just keep in mind, looking very nicely. I really hate the background noise that every now and then comes in. There you go. There you go. I'm checking the live chart right now. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, I think we're seeing the same thing that we've been seeing on the 30 minutes. It's trending bullish. We can see that the MACD is heading upwards. RSI neutral at this moment, came back from the oversold, and it could very well be running upwards even further, which could mean that we could be bouncing just like that to the 307. See some resistance right here, but then gradually shoot upwards to the 338. See, that is what I think could be happening very soon, the coming days. The MACD would be heading upwards just like that. And the RSI definitely going towards the overbought as well. So given that Snowflake has been put down so long, given that the technicals are turning more bullish, that we have more space to be running to the upside, that we have this wedge pattern formation that we're going to be potentially escaping this coming week coming up, I think that is all in all looking pretty positive for Snowflake stock. However, keep in mind, if the QQQs, if the Nasdaq comes down, or the S&P 500 sells off, or if there's any particular bad news about the stock, we're going to keep on trending sideways in this kind of fashion. So for now, it does look very nice on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 4 hours. There we go. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, Snowflake, I don't really like the company specifically, but it's, you know, you can probably make 20% out of this one. So, like, we're not taking long-term investments over here. We're taking short-term trades and nothing more than that right now, because just like, think about it this way. This market is like a overinflated balloon. Now, yes, you could keep putting your air in it, right? But at some point, it's going to pop. And I think the mistake that investors are making right now is definitely that they're not, they are underestimating how ridiculously overvalued everything is. I'm not saying it's going to pop right away, but at some point, this overinflation is going to be just fizzling out pretty soon. We saw what happened with Gamestop. It's not necessarily that that's going to be causing it to disinflate, but still, it was pretty crazy. That kind of stuff usually only happens if there's too much, I would say, euphoria around the markets. Okay, so looking at the 4 hours. I didn't draw a trend line. Always have a trend line, right? Oh, didn't mean to do that. There you go. Yeah, let's go. Definitely, let's go. All right, so on the 4-hour time frame, we can see we have crossed bearish right here on the 19th, but we are definitely heading upwards. So I think this upward trend will continue to the upside just like that, which means the price is going to gradually go upwards, potentially see a bit of resistance, but still head up to the 338 resistance, where we will see, well, we're going to see some resistance potentially heading down to the 320s and maybe even lower than that to the 315s, but then after that gradually consolidating and heading even up further to the 360s. So that could very well be the case right now for Snowflake as we speak. The RSI would be heading upwards just like that as well, potentially move in that fashion, with the MACD moving a little bit more like this. So I do think that we are a little bit on the bearish side at this moment. This is obviously going to be a more positive outlook on the stock, given that the markets are going to be running. There's going to be no negative news coming about Snowflake. I think we could definitely see this bounce. If it doesn't happen, if the stock market is just kind of flat, we could still be, I would say, consolidating in this range and then gradually see us go up to that level anyway. But right now, I'm an optimist. I think Snowflake could be bouncing off, leave this wedge pattern, go towards the $338 literally on Monday or Tuesday. This could potentially be happening. If not the week after, we're probably going to see some sideways movement. But for now, it does look very sweet. And I'm going to show you on the daily why I am so bullish. Yeah, I actually have Snowflake in my own public portfolio. We got a donation from Granule Sachs. He just donated £5, and he says, "Do you think Tesla earnings won't be as much? I'm thinking of grabbing 1 mil of 3 STS Tesla short ETB current." I didn't understand much of that. I don't really get I don't really get options too well because I do not live in the United States. But I guess you're going short on Tesla. I think going short on Tesla is just not done. Just not done. Unless you're really good at like the game. Unless you can trade really, really well. Shorting Tesla is just a death trap. Like even the institutions can't short Tesla. But yeah, thanks for that donation, Granule. Appreciate it, definitely. I don't think it's very wise to be shorting Tesla unless you know exactly what you're doing. No offense, but it's very difficult to be shorting Tesla. Even Michael Burry, the king of all shorts, is kind of sort of failing at it right now as we speak. So if he's failing at it, well, that does say a lot. Let's see. All right, so on the daily chart, I want to show you why I'm so bullish on Snowflake. You can see right here, we've been very bearish on the MACD for a long time period. The last time we had a cross on the MACD to the upside was in November, the end of November. It's been about 2 months ever since, and it looks like we're about to see another cross to the upside. So that could potentially be happening next. This could be happening the coming days, and if not the coming days, the week after. So I'm thinking about this crossing right here to the upside, which could potentially mean that we see this move again. So this move was about $50. Well, if we move up like $50 from here, that would take us to approximately the level that we said we would go up to right here. Not only would that potentially be happening, we could see a bit of a consolidationary move, and then after that move up even further to the 360s, maybe even to the 380s. So I'm not necessarily saying at this moment that it could be happening, but it definitely is something to watch out for. I think it's going to be moving up to the 338, see a bit of resistance, kind of consolidate and move sideways. Then after that, retest the 387 all-time high. We went higher than that, but probably retest the resistance that we had right here, and then see us coming back down again. So that's what I'm seeing right now. The RSI is going to move kind of in this fashion, and the MACD would potentially be moving like that. So keep in mind, lots of upwards movements coming for Snowflake stock. I think it's going to go up about 20% at least, and if it's not 20%, it's going to be potentially 15%. So about 15 to 20%. In a more bullish case, we're going to see about I think 40% at some point before it tops out. So that doesn't sound that bad at all. Now let's go back to the 30 minutes and do a proper analysis, having seen all the time frames. So yeah, like I said, if the fundamentals remain the same, then we could be fine. We could definitely see like a significant return. Yo, good morning and good evening to everybody out there. Welcome. Gary is a new patron member. Appreciate it, Gary. Oh yeah, guys, if you guys didn't know yet, I did say it in my other live stream. We now have the option to you can donate at the Patreon, obviously, but the $10 option, the Rookie Lucid Trader, I believe, you'll get access to the public account. I started with the public account last Friday. We already have one picture up with the stocks that I am currently trading. We're trying to get from 2,000 euros to 10,000 euros in the shortest time possible. And right now, we have it up online on the Patreon. So if you guys are interested, there is a Patreon link down below for that. It's the $10 option for that one. I think about 50 people already joined, so that's pretty sweet. And yeah, feel free to join. I think a lot of people asked for that one. All right, let's do this over here. Oh, Snowflake is, by the way, one of the stocks that I have in my public trading account as we speak. Because I saw the technicals and I was like, yeah, why not? Let's just go. Let's roll with it. It's definitely gonna see some upside. It does seem like we could initially see some consolidation. Sorry for that. Okay. To be fair, I could still be seeing something like that. So, all right. So, looking at the final frontier for Snowflake stock, the 30-minute time frame, what I think is going to be happening for the coming days is we're most likely going to see some sideways movement initially, but then gradually pick up the pace, go to the $300, see a bit of resistance, and then keep going up to the 308. Where we might see a bit of a return to the downside to the 300s again, but still push up higher, going above to the 320s, and potentially all the way up to the 338, 340 level, where we see another kind of resistance level. It will put us back to the 320s, potentially the 315s, and the RSI would be moving in this kind of fashion. I would say just gradually move to the upside and top out at the overbought, and the MACD, which I'm going to show you right here, is going to move in this kind of fashion. Keep in mind, this is assuming that the This is assuming that the stock's fundamentals are going to remain put. We're not going to see any bad news about Snowflake, and the markets are going to remain bullish as they are. If the markets are negative, I would probably see some more sideways movement before this happens. And if there's bad news about Snowflake, well, we're probably going to go back to the 264. But for now, it definitely does look like we're going to see a massive push to the upside, giving us another 20% gain, probably even before the end of February. Guys, this was the Snowflake analysis. This was the weekly prediction. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. We also have Lucid merchandise. There's a link for that. We have hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, and many more. So definitely check that out. We have a Patreon where you can get the public account, early access, buy and sell signals, consultations, and many, many more benefits. Definitely check that out. If you want to see the social medias, we have Twitter, Instagram, many more. Guys, definitely check those out. Links are in the description. Guys, I hope you have an awesome Sunday. This was Lucid Trading, and I'll be seeing you very soon. So that was the video for Snowflake. So now, I think we're going to be doing Palantir. Yeah, I did show it, right? Lucid. So should we do Palantir right now? I mean, honestly, I'll do any stock you want. Palantir, Palantir, Palantir. Great. Fantastic. Palantir just received major downgrading. When does it not? Like, literally every bank out there downgrades Palantir, yet the stock keeps running. So I think Palantir has a lot of upside. It's just, honestly, I do think on the short term we're going to see a bit of a dip because the hype that we had on Friday is sort of... Oh, we don't have that hype anymore. Look at that. Yeah, so this is very predictable. Honestly, very, very predictable. So this big move right here, well, what happened last time we had that? We had a massive downturn. So it seems like we could see something like that happen again. Now, I'm not necessarily sure whether it's going to go down as much, but I think we're going to see a dip to at least the $30. So I'm expecting a modest downturn to the $30. And from there potentially head upwards. So what I thought that this would be happening for the demo day, right? And then we would sell off on the demo day. But it seems like we're not going to see that happen. We're probably going to sell off on Monday, potentially to the $30, and then gradually go up for the demo day and come down again, and then after demo day, rally for earnings. But nevertheless, I think Palantir is still looking pretty fine. Ready to work, need job. Just donated $5. Great name, great name. Let's see what's happening in the live chat. Gary, you said end of February. Did you mean January? I don't know. Depends. Amazon, Twitter. Yeah, I think Twitter is actually looking pretty decent. Small market cap. Looking at the 4 hours. Yeah, Twitter could definitely be going up more than... could be going up a little bit more. Looking at the daily charts. Looks like we're probably going to see us go up massively, actually. Potentially to the $54 for earnings, I would say. So the way it's been going is like something like that. Checking Amazon. Well, honestly, with the bullish momentum coming in on the daily chart, we're like crossing on the MACD, and the weekly is about to cross as well. I'm gonna have to check what happened last time. See what happened last time we had a massive cross on the weekly. I don't know if you guys remember, but this happened before. Last time Amazon crossed on the weekly, we went up from the 1700s all the way up to the 2200s. That is a gain of about $400 to $500, and I'm expecting a similar movement, similar move to the upside. That would be about, like I said, to the $3,800, $4,000. It seems like now could be the time. At the beginning of February. So, yeah, Amazon in that scenario would be how if we moved in the past? Well, just something like that. Just consolidate and or it could look a little bit more like this. Something like this, actually. Could be the case. Right, let's just I think I want to check Palantir, right? So everybody wants to see Palantir. Let's check Palantir. So what is happening with Palantir, right? We know there was a lot of volume coming in on Palantir. And if we just zoom out a little bit. Yeah, it seems like we're most likely going to sell off on Monday. Most probably. Yeah, I think we're going to sell off to the $30 here. It's already crossing. You can see it here. It's probably going to sell to right here to the 30, then bounce back up for the demo day. Probably go to the 35s if this is the case. Now, there is a reason that we stopped right here, because you can see that's a resistance area, of course. It seems like we're about to create an all-time high. Okay, so we created this one during the open hours. Cool. Well, this was the highest price that we closed at. Gotta say that. But yeah, in my estimation, just on the short term for Palantir stock, just kind of sizzle down and then move upwards. So that's kind of what I'm seeing happening. Lucid, your merch pinned is blocking the video. Yeah, let me just unpin it. One sec. I'll pin it every now and then, but obviously I forgot to remove it. I think it should be fine now. And on the 1 hour, nothing really happening here, is it? This move looks a lot like this move right here. Maybe a little bit like, nah, more like this move. This was about $9. This was about $7. Oh wait, hold up. Almost $7. So yeah, very similar actually. Very similar action. Assuming that that is the case, potentially it could go. Maybe it's going to be comparable on the MACD as well. Yeah, it is very comparable. I'd say this move had a lot more momentum. Jeez, look at that. But on the 4 hours, what's really funny is on the 4 hours, this is nothing. This could definitely be. We could see much more. We could see much more gain. Especially if you take a look at the daily chart. If you look at the volume, look at that volume spike in comparison to the last month. It's definitely noticeable. Look at that price spike right here. Like, come on. It seems like we could go to higher prices if this is the case. It almost looks manipulated. It's so crazy. We have a $5 donation coming in from Ready to Work, Need Job, and he says, "Thank you for your hard work, bro. If you have time, would you be able to check Nano Dimension? Thank you. Thank you for that donation. I will. I definitely will check it out. It will come." Yeah, so it's a very tough one. It's with the volume being as high as it is, the price movement is also like incredibly different. But I think the most reasonable thing to say is that it would maybe come down on the pre-market. It does seem like it's gonna cross here at some point, and just gonna continue. So something like this. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna. This is gonna be a guess, because I initially predicted the 32 being hit at the demo day, so it's exceeding my own expectations. You can see right here that there's so much more momentum coming. If you just look at the daily chart, indicating that there's most likely more coming for us. Is there a weekly? No, there is not. Nope. Hold up, everybody. All right, I think the only thing that's going to make sense is to look at what happened in the past and then compare. So we had this massive move. We kept going up in the pre-market. Wow. So we kept going up in the pre-market. Then we sold off. Maybe. But when was this? Oh, this was a weekend? Oh, that's coincidental. So how much was this move? $5. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So maybe this is going to be an assumption. I'm just going to pretty much assume something right now. Maybe history is going to repeat itself. We're going to jump to 37.38. Then we sell off massively. So in the pre-market, we could go up. It opens up, and it just sells off. So that is one theory. Because that has already happened once before. And these kind of patterns do tend to repeat themselves. Especially if you consider this was a $7 move. Our current move was a $7 move. This was right before the weekend. Right before the weekend. This happened right before the weekend. And nothing really happened in after hours. And so MACD looks very similar. Does it? I don't think so, actually. The RSI was too much. Yeah, so. Yeah, it does. It does, actually. Makes sense. Yeah, so my assumption is. Okay, so. Bounce right off. Go up to about. We're going to breach the all-time high. I think we're going to breach the all-time high. Yeah, this could take us to 37.38. If this is true. Oh boy. Does that make sense on every time frame? That'd be crazy. Illiterate investor just became a lucid explorer. Thank you so much. Welcome. Man, I really have a tough time with this one because yeah, okay, cool. I think I know what to do. So say for example we open up in the pre-market. And from here we run up to the 37. So this range right here. This has proven to be a resistance kind of trend line, hasn't it? Let's just remove that. Yeah, so let's begin. I think I'm ready to do this one. All right, we're gonna start the weekly prediction for Palantir. I hope you guys are ready right now. I've not been. Somebody's saying that I'm looking at Palantir for an hour now. That's not the case. I don't know what you're saying. Somebody said put GME in your thumbnail. Okay, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a Gamestop analysis after this one. I think that's gonna be very interesting. We're gonna get all sorts of weird attention. I can already smell the attention that's gonna come. It's not gonna be good, but I think doing an analysis on GME and being right on GameStop, that would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. I'm gonna lay out some scenarios for GME, but it's gonna come in a minute. Some bullish, some bearish. Oh, let's go. Hey guys, welcome back. Let's do that again. What the hell? Here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to Lucid Trading. I am Gara, and today we're going to be analyzing Palantir stock for the weekly prediction. You can see Palantir has been running up very, very fast. Look at that. We went up from $25.57 all the way to $32.76. Pretty much as predicted. We did say that this would be happening at any moment, and it happens. But what is going to happen next? Will Palantir stock keep running up, or will we sell off all the way? I'll be talking about this in this video. But before we do, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. Also, I am not a financial advisor. Everything I say and everything I do is for educational purposes only. Keep that in mind. Now, let's just get into this right away. So, Palantir running up very hot. Lots of people coming in because of the live demo day. The stock market looking very bullish as well. So, that is definitely playing a role right now. I think right now with Palantir stock, what's going to happen most likely is it can go both ways. So if there's bearish news coming out, some big banks downgrading Palantir, this is most likely going to fizzle out, hit the $30, bounce a bit, but then gradually come back down to the $27, $28 and just go sideways. But if that doesn't happen, if this bullish momentum would keep on going onwards, we could definitely be hitting the $35, $36. But this is just the 30-minute time frame. We're going to look at every single time frame. Then we're going to come back to this time frame and draw everything properly. On the short-term time frame right now, it does look rather bullish. It does seem like we're going to keep on going up. I have already looked at the long-term time frame, but we're going to look at it again right now. So let's go to the 1 hour. I really dislike the transitions from the 30 minutes to the 1 hour. But yeah, we'll have to do that. We'll have to accept that. Guys, let's get to 400 likes right now. Come on, let's go. Let's pump it up. Pump it up the same way they pumped up GameStop stock. GME pumped up all the way to the maximum. We can do the same thing to the likes. All right, let's see. All right, so on the 1 hour time frame, I think what's going to happen next is most likely the MACD could potentially be coming down just a tiny bit, but then bounce off right there and keep going up. So the RSI similarly go down a bit and then bounce off, remain in this bullish area down to the 31, potentially 31.5, then bounce off and then go upwards to the 33.9 and all the way up to 35.36. So that's currently what I'm seeing. That's pretty much what I see happening on Monday or Tuesday, for us to move towards the 37.38 and then gradually see a sell-off to the downside, just like that. RSI move sort of like this as well, and then the MACD kind of like that. So I think it's definitely bullish, but just looking at the 1 hour only, it doesn't look that bullish. It could definitely be selling off at the $37-38 for the demo day, but keep in mind this is just the 1 hour time frame. It could very well look different on the 4 hours and on the daily chart. So let's go to the 4 hours now. Yeah, just based off of the 1 hour, I honestly could definitely see this sell off after going up another 10 to 20%. I think most likely 10 to 15%. 20 is maybe a little bit of a stretch. Let's see. Yeah, but then you look at the 4 hours and it's like, this hasn't even started yet. Look at that. Hold up. Okay, so this is looking very interesting, actually. It could also be a repeat of what happened here. It's you kind of skyrocket, consolidate at this area, then potentially keep rallying and then sell off around earnings. That could also be the case. So I am definitely not gonna be denying that one, or I'm gonna explore that potential outcome. Canirdo Grant just donated $5 and says, "Did you go over Tesla? Where do you think Tesla stock will move to next week?" I think I'll look into Tesla in a moment. It will come in a moment. Yeah, thanks for that donation. We'll definitely get to Tesla in a moment. It does seem to be bullish on the short term. Just the short term, I would say. Because of earnings. But I think right after it could be bearish. Alright, so just looking at Palantir. What can I say about the 4 hours, honestly? Such a difficult one. What's the market cap? 56.7 billion. No, let me just move this. Well, you know, so like I'm thinking maybe it's just gonna consolidate here actually. Then rally again for earnings, then sell off. This also is pretty much the result of a short squeeze. If you think about it, it's this massive movement. That's kind of a, usually it's a short squeeze. Andre Moore just donated $5. This is, what do you think about AEZS? I will definitely look at it later. I'm just currently busy with Palantir, but thank you, Andre. Thank you for that $5. We'll cover that in a second. All right, let's see. Just looking at this right here, this is so incredible. This could, I wouldn't be, I would not be surprised if this would potentially mean that we would go to $50 at some point. Because look at that, we have moved about almost $8, like $7. It's just one candle on the MACD. It's just one blip. So assuming it's going to go up a bit further for just a couple days, that could mean we definitely could be seeing higher levels. I'm having a very tough time just not being incredibly bullish right now. So I'm just going to be incredibly bullish right now. So yeah, assuming that we could copy this move, this sideways movement, place it right here, then the next move coming up is going to be that move, just in comparison to like back then, which we've already kind of completed half. Which means we're probably going to see another, give or take, $7, $7 to $8 potentially in like a couple days' time if there's no sell-off around the demo. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just go full-on bullish on this one. Yeah, so that makes more sense actually at this moment. So looking at the 4-hour time frame for Palantir, it seems like we have more upside to come. Definitely more upside to come. I would say the coming days we could be running up. We have the demo day coming up the 26th of January. So I think until then we're probably going to spike upwards to potentially, I would say $38, but it could definitely run up higher to the $40. And obviously the demo day is not going to be during the day. I think it's going to be during the day. It's going to be at the end of the day, potentially, which would mean we could have a run up until then. So that could mean we could potentially be heading upwards to about $38 to maybe even $40. It's going to look absolutely ridiculous, but that could be the scenario. I'm going to be modest. I'm going to say 35, 36, then sell off potentially a little bit, then come back down, see a bit of support right there, and then maybe go up further to the $40. So then the MACD would look something like this, and potentially move in this kind of fashion. RSI, it's just going to move. It's going to look very, very ridiculous. It almost looks like it's manipulated. It moved up like 25 percentage points in one day on Friday. So, yeah, it could definitely look something like that. Just like the trend of where things are heading. Could be going towards the 35, 36, maybe spike to the 37, 38 at some point, but then sell off on the demo day itself, and then see another rally because earnings is getting closer and closer as well. It's going to be the 11th of February. So that is the, I would say, the 4 hours. Let's head over to the daily chart. That's just, I mean, I can't even draw it properly because it's like, it looks really ridiculous if you don't draw it with candles. Because it's just a short term, it's a very short time period, I would say, time frame. All right, let's go to the daily. I think on the daily, it's more bullish than anything. $70. No, I don't think it's gonna go to $70. Oh my gosh, like it's just having a tough time with the technicals. Just looking at this, maybe I'm gonna have to rely on the RSI. Maybe RSI is suggesting. Yeah, it's kind of suggesting we're gonna see more upside. Honestly, it looks absolutely ridiculous. It looks crazy. Yeah, the Palantir is definitely flying at this moment. So there's about 4 hours left until the futures are going to be opening up. So definitely looking forward to that. Want to see what the markets are doing. Oh. Delete. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, the theory could also be that I mean, the MACD line, man, it's just I'm having a tough time with this line over here. So like it crossed, but it's just one line because it's one day. So we moved up so fast. This yeah, I mean, you'll see very soon that the MACD line is going to be extending upwards, like a lot. So the momentum is really, really bullish. Last time we had such volume was right here. This was incredible volume. Incredible volume coming in. Then we moved up another, what is it? $7. It would be absolutely crazy if this would move up to the $50. That would basically mean that, and that would be just mind-blowing if that was the case. Okay, so I'm having a tough time here. All right, so I got it. I think I got it. So I've been saying on a pretty much daily basis, guys, Palantir MACD cross. We're going to see a MACD cross on the daily chart. When it happens, Palantir is going to explode. Well, look at that. We recently had this happen, and just look at that. We went up 25 percentage points, so we were right on that. We were literally right on that. Not only that, I think it could continue. I think, honestly, just looking at this is just one bullish candle on the MACD. This could very well continue into $40, maybe above that level, and before we really come down. So that's what I'm just seeing right now on the daily chart. Keep in mind, we also have the lockup period expiration. It's going to come up 3 days after earnings, so we have to be careful. I think a week before earnings, people are going to be selling off. So that is what I'm expecting. So the top is most likely going to be a week before earnings. We're also going to see intermediary sell-offs like on the demo day. Let's draw it out. There we go. Or let me just check the live chat initially. Hold up. It would look something like this. So you would initially jump up to the 35, 36, then come back down on the demo day, back to the 30s, 32, 30s, bounce off that level, gradually run up for earnings, go to the 40s potentially, then sell off a week before earnings, and just keep on selling off, which could bring us back to the 30s and below, which would look like this on the MACD. Potentially something like that. And I would say on the RSI, it would look a little bit like this. This is assuming that we do not get very negative news for Palantir. News is going to stay positive. Markets are going to stay positive. If that's not the case, well, we're going to sell off immediately, go to the $29, $30, and see a bounce for earnings, and then pretty much move in that kind of fashion instead. But I think right now, with this massive run that we had, with the continuous, I would say, bullish momentum coming in, we could definitely run up to the $35, $36, see a massive sell-off on the demo day potentially, and then depending on the result, right? If the demo day is even more positive than we think, well, it could be running. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be great, but it's not going to be as great as what the price is right now, valued at. So we're definitely going to see sell-off going to the 30s, 32, and then rally up to the 40s and sell off. Right, let's go to the 30 minutes and now draw what is going to happen for the coming days. Let's do that in a second. So it's still a difficult one because honestly, if there's any negative like downgrading happening with the price, retail traders are just going to sell off like at the drop of a hat. Lucid gang, let's go. Let's see what's happening. Oh yeah, guys, if you guys didn't know yet, we have a public account now on the Patreon. You can get access to it on the Patreon, choosing the $10 tier. It's called the Rookie Lucid Trader. You can get access to the public account there. I'll be showing all of my trades every single day. We're going to try to get from 2,000 euros to 10,000 euros in the shortest amount of time. So definitely check that out. It's going to be very interesting. I'll be writing down my trades. You're going to see screenshots from my trades, some descriptions. Definitely, it was a lot of people have been asking for that, so now it's finally there. So if you are interested, it will be on the Patreon. You can find it in the description. Yes, a lot of people specifically asked for that. So hey, you say you're good at trading, right? So prove us you're good at trading. Well, there you go. There's a public account. You can check my trades. You can check if I'm losing, check if I'm winning. Also, it's probably pretty great because it does give me the opportunity to trade a little bit because I've been very busy with content creation, almost forgetting to trade. Okay. 30 minutes. Let's go. Yeah, look at that merch. Somebody said it in the chat. Lucid merch. You can hit that up in the description. I also have the t-shirt beneath it, the polo. We'll have the mug very soon, and also the beanie. There's a beanie now as well. It's pretty sick. Hold up. Will we be able to see you trade live, or will... No, the trades will be posted after they've been made. Yeah, exactly. But I think that's also very useful information for some people. They can see what I'm up to. Alright, so... Oh gosh. All right, so looking at the 30 minutes time frame after having seen all the time frames, I think this is going to be happening for Palantir stock. I think the price is probably going to gap up to the 33.9, see a bit of resistance, but then keep going up to the 34, 35, and potentially even higher than that, going to the 36 and 37. Then we would probably end up selling off from there, coming back to the $35 and going to the 34, and then potentially all the way down to the 32, maybe even down to the 30s, and then gradually rally up from there, picking up the pace to the upside. So that is what I'm currently seeing. Still a little bit more upside, unless there's negativity coming in for Palantir. In that case, we could come down all the way, but the MACD would move something like this, and then kind of rally downwards. RSI, sort of similar. Initially at the overbought, then go to the oversold and kind of move like that. So this is the move that I'm expecting. I think on Monday we could keep running upwards, top out around this range, then come down on Tuesday. Pretty much throughout the day, people are going to be selling off. There could be a chance that this sell-off happens already on Monday, and then we bounce on a demo day and we just move kind of like that, but I doubt it. I think there's a lot of positive momentum coming in. The markets are bullish. I think Palantir's bullish. The demo day is coming Tuesday, which if you guys didn't know, they're going to be showcasing their software, the latest software, potentially harvest some customers, which would be great for their bottom line. But yeah, Palantir as it is, guys, looking pretty bullish. So I hope you liked this analysis. If you did, smack that like button, subscribe to the channel. That would be great as well. Definitely check out the Patreon. We have many benefits that you can get there, like the public account, early access, buy and sell signals, consultations, and many, many more benefits. We also have the Lucid merch. If you are interested in the clothing, the hoodies, the t-shirts, definitely check that out. We have a Discord community, an awesome Discord community that you can be a part of. So join that as well. The social media is down below. Everything is down below. Guys, this was Lucid Trading. Have an awesome Sunday. I'll be seeing you very soon. So that was the Palantir analysis. I don't think it's going to look much different to this. Although there's a chance it's just going to sell off. But that's just when the markets sell off. Let's see. All right, so I think we've been live for about 2 hours approximately. It's pretty great. So what's next? I think next I want to be covering next stocks. I think I want to cover Apple, but no. First, we're going to cover GameStop. Somebody asked for it. I want to cover GameStop first. I want to do a proper analysis on this one. It's going to be sweet. I'm going to try to predict where this stock is going. This stock went up 70% in one day. Now, I'm not saying anybody should buy this stock, but there's something very interesting happening. There are more shares being short, right? There's 140% of the float, I think, is being shorted. So we're seeing short squeeze after short squeeze after short squeeze. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. So we're going to do a video on GME, so to speak. GameStop. So, right. This is what they call a meme stock. Right? This is a meme stock. And I think, rightfully so, if a stock moves up 70% on one day, it just doesn't make sense, does it? So, I want to definitely cover this one. It's going to be an interesting video. Let's see. Yeah, it's not really accurate. Let's see. Went above this resistance area. I think potentially the next level, we're going to probably go to the 80s. Maybe even the 90s. There's not a whole lot to analyze, honestly. It's just one big pump and dump. It's just one big pump and dump, honestly. It does look like the MACD is sort of like topping out, wants to go down. Once it does go down, that would mean that we would see some negativity like that. Is it even worth covering this stock, honestly? I don't know about that. You know what I don't understand? Why would anybody in their right mind short GameStop as GameStop has already gone down 90%? You're joking, right? Like, what the hell? It's just so greedy. It's so greedy. Why would you short GameStop in this area when this stock has been moving so much to the downside? It's so greedy. It's like, honestly, the institutions are going to get what they deserve if this is like... I think this thing could go to the $100. It could go above. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, you know, I can only say one thing about GameStop. It's definitely pump and dump. It's just not making sense. I think the best way to analyze this is like, what was the percentage increase that we had here? We increased about 70%, right? Well, what's funny is like, this move is this move. Almost. It's very similar. We had a little bit less hype. So most likely this kind of pattern is going to continue. I think we're going to go to the hundreds. Probably consolidate a bit and then shoot upwards. I can't say much more about it than that. I'm expecting it to shoot up. The only reason why it wouldn't be going up to the hundreds is because potentially you would have an equity raise coming in from the board of directors of like the CEO. They're like, hey, you know what? We're going to offer more shares. They should definitely do that at this point because the shares are so ridiculously overpriced at this moment. I can't believe 19-year-old Robinhood traders have made institutional investors cry. Yeah, it's surprisingly enough. They have done that because yeah, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Why are so many shares being shorted on GME? It's ridiculous, and I think they're gonna pay the price for it. Shorting a stock with that much leverage, like, gosh. Hold up. I think in any case, we're probably going to repeat the sideways consolidation that we saw right here. Repeat it a bit, and then see a potential probably another short squeeze coming in. Like, there are going to be so many people. There are going to be so many people turning into. They're going to be millionaires because of this stock. I don't think that this stock is going to go to $500. But definitely, it could definitely go to the hundreds, 150s. At some point, people will stop buying because it's expensive. It's just going to be too expensive, I think. Maybe fractional shares could help, but we got a new Lucid Explorer coming in. Ola Dimeji just joined. Thank you so much. Appreciate it a lot. Hope I pronounced that right. So yeah, this is definitely, I would say, a pump and dump stock. It's moving parabolically. It's going to top out at some point, and it's going to sell off massively. And the sell-off, it's just, you can't even believe it. It's going to be so bloody. It's going to come back to the 40s. It's going to just gradually go to the 20s, probably at some point. That's what I'm currently seeing with this stock. Because the fundamentals of this stock right now do not make sense. The price, however, is being pumped. We still have like 140% of the shares being short. Like it's insane. So I think there is going to be an infinity squeeze. It's already happening right now as we speak. It's going to keep going. It would probably go up to about, I think we could go double this current price. Then we see a sell-off because everybody's going to take profits. And I would also say that probably at some point they're going to be announcing that, hey, we're going to offer some new shares. They're going to do an equity raise, and they're going to just get a lot of money. Hold up, everybody. So next up, I'm going to be doing an analysis on, I think Apple stock would be very nice. Could you do a proper analysis on Amazon later? Yeah, sure. Earnings is in 2 weeks' time. Well, we have enough time if that's the case, if it's in 2 weeks. Oh, guys, I want to be taking a short break right now because you have to understand this. there is a curfew set in the Netherlands. It's going to be every single day for 2 weeks. You cannot go outside at 9 p.m. Right now, it's 8:20 p.m. I want to take a short little walk outside, and I'll be back because I want to get some fresh air before the lockdown and the curfew stuff. So yeah, at 9 p.m. I can't go outside anymore. So I'm going to take advantage of that for a bit. Keep that in mind. So I'll definitely do that. However, it's not going to take too long. I also want to be covering... I think I want to cover Apple stock right now as well. That does make sense. So we'll be covering Apple stock. I think we'll want to cover Tesla stock as well and many others. Let's see. Yeah, definitely. Let's get to 400 likes right now, guys. Let's go. Let's smash that like button. Get to the 400 likes. I would really appreciate that. Let's see what's happening with Apple stock. Yeah, in a moment, I'm going to go take a walk, brief walk outside. It's going to be necessary. Very necessary. Having a curfew around the in the Netherlands. Very, very necessary. Oh. Hold up. Indy Brooks just said, shout out from Amsterdam. That's awesome. Shout out from Haarlem. I mean, I don't see a lot of Dutch people, but I think there are a couple though. There should be. Somebody saying Blackberry, please. Blackberry. I think Blackberry's also, honestly, Blackberry's being pumped up. So this was my prediction for Blackberry. I said Blackberry would go down, but look what happened. I mean, honestly, what can I say? It's being pumped up by Wall Street bets. It's an artificial pump, so it was going to go down here. But it's whatever. I mean, 7.9 billion market cap. It's interesting. They're pumping up market caps that are not like this market cap. It's not very severe, so like they still have influence on the price of the stock if everybody buys. I think the same is can be said about AMC. Even more so, I would say. Yeah, I did say for AMC we would see more upside, push to the upside, sell off, and then. Wall Street Bets is trying to get Blackberry to 77 billion. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Like, they don't have the fundamentals for... I mean, they could probably do it if there's enough capital willing to buy Blackberry. But keep in mind, there's going to be enough capital that's going to short Blackberry to the ground. And who says that Blackberry is not going to do an equity raise? They could very well do that. That's what I'm afraid of. Buying into a stock like that, they could just be like, hey, you know what? We're gonna just offer like 30 million shares. Buy them all. Well, there you go. Price goes down significantly because they increase the supply. It's just yeah, what can I say? Let me see. CCIV. I want to check it briefly. This is an incredible pump. Honestly, I think there's more to come to the upside. I think this could be running to 25, 26, etc., etc. If this will Although the 1 hour does kind of, yeah, looks different on the 1 hour. Yeah, it could definitely continue though. It could just, we'll see a bit of a consolidationary move here, then gradually go up. I think CCIV is sitting at like 23.5 or something. All right, anyway, guys, we did a couple stocks. I'm going to be doing more stocks coming up. Like I said, there's going to be a curfew set for 9 p.m. for me. I live in the Netherlands, so the time zone is a bit different. And that means in 35 minutes, I am not allowed to go outside. So I'm going to be taking a walk outside, take some fresh breath of air, and I'll be back. We're going to be covering Apple next. I want to cover Apple, potentially Neo. I'm thinking about Neo and Tesla, obviously. Maybe even Twitter or CCIV. That would be cool too. So there's definitely some stocks that I want to be covering. I think we could pretty much keep on going for another couple hours. So definitely stay tuned. I'll be back in a moment. Just going to take a break. We've been live streaming for 2 hours. So a break is well needed. Anyway, let me just put on some music for you guys. There you go. And I'll be back very, very soon. I'm back. We are ready. I think we are able to start with the analysis for Apple. I hope you guys are ready. Yeah, I just took a walk. We have a curfew over here, so I can't go outside anymore. It's illegal to go outside. You can get a fine of about $100 for going outside. So that's why I just took a brief walk for some fresh air. Right, so we do know one thing with Apple. We generally actually go up on earnings, but we sell off after earnings. That has been the pattern consistently. So this movement right here, well, this was in August, right? So we had a lot of, there was a lot of capital coming into Apple, but it was in May. We went up. Yeah, if we don't count in what happens during the COVID time period, you can see generally we do go up on earnings. We go up on earnings and we sell off. We go up on earnings and we sell off. We go up on earnings, we kind of go sideways. So I think that is a very prevalent pattern. Although the most recent pattern was that we just go up on earnings. We just go up on earnings. So, considering that we have so much cash and liquidity in the markets, hopefully, my mic. Okay, cool. Almost forgot that my mic was muted for a second. So what I'm kind of expecting, honestly, I am expecting the price to go up on earnings. I don't expect a sell-off. Now, why am I saying this? Notice how Apple hasn't really moved an inch for such a long time period. And not only that, we've gone down quite significantly several times. It sort of does give me an indication that this right here, this is just the beginning. That this would be moving upwards. Now, you can see it properly on the daily chart. See, on the daily, we just recently crossed on the MACD. Usually when this happens, we see significant upside, right? We see, like we've been seeing, this would continue upwards to an extension of maybe $150, $160. That is pretty much what I would say. I could be wrong. I don't think I will be, but you see the weekly is well, it's tussling, but it's most likely. I think most likely it's gonna go through. I think it would be a very weird pattern if this would just sell off. I think there's way more upside to come. Although I have to admit, it does look like we're very... No, we still have we have room to the upside left. We have some room to the upside left. Yeah, you probably can hear that airplane outside. Hopefully it's not too annoying. We have a donation coming in of about $5. Cole Matt Dang says, great job on Palantir, Gara. Keep it up and thank you. Thank you, Matt, for that donation, and thanks for the kind words. Right. Right. That's Elon. Elon Musk. Wish I could zoom in on this. Under Vegas and Boring Company tunnel yesterday. Interesting. Alrighty. Yeah, so the monthly does look like we could see more upside. It looks like we could see way more upside, actually. Volume has been low. Guys, I'm telling you, this thing could go further. I'm telling you, this bad boy over here, it can take a lot more than, I think Apple is, honestly, it's weird to say, but I think Apple is still undervalued. I think it's way undervalued. The reason I'm saying that Apple is undervalued, you have to think about it this way. PE ratios are sky high, off the roof. Apple has a PE ratio of 40. While that is high, we have stocks like Palantir, we have Tesla with 1700 PE ratio. Not only that, there's just a lot more upside than we think. The fundamentals are better than we think. There's so much. Somebody says, "Damn, bro, you still live?" That is dedication. Well, I took a break, so. Yeah, so Apple looking still very sweet. Very, very sweet. Right. I think the colors are looking way better now. Although, look, this gray thingy, this is blue. I don't know why it doesn't show it. It could be because of the saturation. No, it's not. Weird. Chroma key. Nope. That's not it. Contrast. Although this does look a lot better. Alright, let's see. Gara has a Samsung phone, but bullish on Apple. I have an Apple. I have an iPhone. I gave my Samsung phone to my father. Although I think Samsung is great. I think their phones are great. I think they're more innovative than Apple at this point. It's just Apple is a little bit better at delivering long-term quality. That's been my kind of experience with it. Yeah, I think we're just gonna consolidate here and then keep going upwards. I think earnings season is gonna be so wicked. Because what we did here, we just literally, we corrected, then we recovered. We're still at the same price. We're not up. We're not up on Apple right now. as it goes along, well, yeah. But right now, nothing really is happening. It seems like we're going to see correction. So this consolidates. Then we move upwards. That's kind of what I see happening right now. Maybe we saw the same thing happen at the 130s. 125. We consolidated after the big move. It seems like we breezed right through the 130s. So I'm thinking we might just, this might be a bold assumption, breeze through to the 145. Then that would be the next resistance area. And then overcome that going to the 155. So, yeah. Ogus R just donated £3. Awesome, man. Thank you. There's so many planes going right now. Despite the fact that we have a lockdown going on and everything, it's like really weird. In about 3 hours, we're going to see what's going to happen with the futures. Oh, I can't wait for that. Really am curious. All right, let's just start this analysis. Maybe nice to have a upper bullish channel, or I mean, trend line. What happened there? What? Okay, let me just grab a line. In that case. Yeah, we are definitely heading 445. At least it seems that way. Yeah, so we're kind of trading in this range, and I think we'll keep staying in this range. I think we won't even leave it. Worst case scenario goes back to 138.7, bounces off, and we keep running. But for now, it does seem like we're going to maintain that. Let's see. We got a $2 donation coming in from YBKRM Music. He says, explode emoji, rocket emoji, AMC. Interesting. Well, I've never heard of AMC. Yeah, thanks for that donation. Right, so let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to Lucid Trading. I am Gara, and today we're going to do the weekly prediction and analysis for Apple stock. As you guys can see, Apple stock has been running very, very nicely. We've gone up from the $127 all the way up to $139. In our previous predictions, we did say many, many times Apple would be running towards the 140s. To the 145 and eventually to the 160s for earnings. And I'm very glad that we are now still on the path of going there. I think we've been predicting this pretty solidly. And yeah, it's definitely looking pretty nice. Let's see where it goes. I think it's going to be very interesting. But before we get into this analysis, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that. Also, I am not a financial advisor. I make these videos for educational and entertainment purposes only. And now I grab this brush. There you go. Wait, hold up. So we can clearly see on the 30-minute time frame for Apple stock that it is definitely rallying in this pattern, in this bullish channel to the upside, and it's going towards the 145 and the 150s, which means that tomorrow, if the market opens, or even in the pre-market, we could potentially see it run upwards even further. However, I think it's going to blow off a little bit of steam, potentially come down to 139. Worst case scenario, could see it go to the 138.7 and then gradually keep going up to the 142, and then at that point touch the 145. This would be the main resistance point, potentially come back down to the 140s again, and then gradually try to go back into this bullish channel, potentially hitting this point right here as resistance at the 148. But definitely, I think we're going to see higher price ranges for Apple stock. Before we could do a proper analysis, we're going to look at all the different timelines, or time frames rather. We're going to look at the 4 hours daily chart. Then we're going to come back to the 30 minutes, and we're going to draw the pattern for the coming days. Right. There you go. Yoink. Sorry for that. All right, so on the 1 hour time frame for Apple stock, you can see right here, overbought, and we're just crossing on the MACD, so we're still positive. It seems like we're going to see a bit of a tug of war for a short time period before we see us launch above, which means we could see us move something like that, potentially going all the way above the 145 and going up further. The MACD would potentially be moving in this fashion. So that's what I am seeing right now. And then right at 145, we would see some resistance coming back down again, and then potentially going up to the 148 and $150 before earnings. So definitely does look bullish. I think we're still going to be trending upwards. If the markets are going to be negative, if the markets are going to be bearish, I think what could happen is we could potentially go sideways and maybe even go down for earnings at the 135, see some consolidation, maybe even go back to the 133, and then shoot up on earnings instead of just going up all the way. But this is going to depend on the stock market, obviously. But I do think the stock market is bullish enough for Apple to go to the 150s, consolidate, and then shoot upwards to the 160s. So that could very well be the case. Now let's go to the 4 hours. Let's go. Alrighty. Sorry for that. Yeah. We still have room left to go on the RSI. And yeah, we still have room to go on the MACD. We're not done yet, I think. Like there's enough momentum to carry us through. Especially if like Tesla goes down or something like that. Like that money could go back into Apple, or the other way around. There is a lot of capital reallocation happening all the time. So looking at the 4-hour time frame for Apple stock, it definitely does look like we are overextended. We are in the overbought right now. We do see that the MACD is quite overextended as well. However, we still have earnings coming up on the 27th, and I do think that there's a high probability that we're going to see just a small correction coming back to the 138.6, then after that boosting all the way up to the 145, see that at resistance, come down again on the price, and just keep going to the 150s, consolidate a bit, and shoot up on earnings to potentially 160s, and that could be the top. We could come back down from there, back to the 145, and then consolidate a little bit. So the MACD and RSI would move kind of in this fashion and come down, and I would say the MACD would probably initially budge to the downside a bit, and then gradually top out and come back down as well. So right now, it does seem like we're going to see a massive move to the upside for earnings, especially if the result is going to be good. If the result will be bad, well, we'll be going down earlier than that. But nevertheless, I still think there's space to the upside left. We have been pretty much trading sideways for a long time. So it wouldn't be too surprising if Apple would decide to just skyrocket, go to the 160s, come back down to the 145, consolidate in this area, and just gradually keep on running upwards. So that is currently what I'm seeing on the 4-hour time frame. Let's take a brief look at the daily chart, then we'll be drawing the pattern for the coming days. Yeah, so that's sort of still what I'm seeing. If this doesn't happen, it would be explained by potentially markets really heavily going down, but don't see that happening either. So it seems more likely than not that we're going to see some significant upside. M. Kim just donated $5. Appreciate that. Garrett, chill. It's weekend. Thanks for the analysis. Would other FANG stocks follow Apple? Yeah, I think so. I think Amazon would. Microsoft is going to do the same thing, probably. Potentially Alphabet as well. So, Craig Francis says, Garrett, a new member here. I'm just tuning in. If you have not checked out Cloudflare, Nets, could you give me your opinion? I'm looking for it to go to 90. Cloudflare, never heard of that. But yeah, right now we're covering the main stocks though, but appreciate you. Cloudflare. Have I heard of Cloudflare before? It seems bullish. Seems like, yeah, I think it would, if earnings is good, it could really just pump up. I think it's going to go above 90 easily. Anyway, back to Apple. We were going to check the daily. There you go. Okay. Considering that the markets are so liquid and we have so much money being just printing, and it's not a surprise if Apple goes to 160. Actually, it wouldn't be a surprise if Apple would go to $200 at some point, potentially in the summer. I'm not going to say that $200 is going to happen, but it's just, at this point, I don't think it would be very surprising. Hold up. I'm going to check what's happening in the Discord right now. I think lots of messages are being exchanged. Somebody said that the markets are going to open in 30 minutes. I don't know about that. Maybe the time's changed, but I don't think so. Would be weird. Would be incredibly odd. All right, so looking at the daily chart, all we want to do is confirm that the long term is looking bullish. And as you guys can see, we just crossed on the MACD, which could potentially mean we're heading upwards. That is definitely a bullish signal. We have room here on the RSI to be heading upwards as well. We also have room to the downside, of course, but I think because of the recent MACD cross, momentum is definitely bullish. I think we have a catalyst right there, so this would mean we could potentially be heading upwards just like that. I think we're most likely going to top out right here and kind of move in that fashion. Just pretty much spike to the 160s, 250s, come back down, and then gradually rally back upwards. So definitely we're going to be seeing a lot of bullish momentum. RSI would move in this similar fashion. Just come back down and kind of move like that. So just wanted to see on the daily time frame how the long term was looking, and it definitely does look like we're heading up. We're seeing positivity, bullish momentum, hype coming in, and it's taking the stock to higher levels. Now let's go to the 30 minutes and draw the pattern for the coming week. Yeah, so pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Yeah, it opens in 2 hours and 25 minutes. That's what I said. Yo, I'm completely new to stocks. Is this stream something for me? I think so. But you know, I'm the one that is streaming, so I should be saying that. Depends, you know, if you like to make honestly, if you want to see stocks go up tons and tons, yeah, this is the stream. It's a really weird way to describe the stream. If you want to be part of the Lucid Army, the Lucid Gang, then yes, you can become one of us. All right. That was horrible. Let's see. All right, enough with the memes. Okay. So, on the 30-minute time frame for the coming days, I think what is going to happen is something like this. We're probably going to start this rally first going to the downside, hitting the 138, 137, then spiking upwards to the 143, going to the 145, seeing resistance again, and then potentially rallying to the 150s, consolidating, and then spiking again on earnings itself, going to the 160s, and pretty much coming down after that. This would look like this on the MACD, potentially like that. And I would say on the RSI, it would look a little bit like this. So this would be the scenario where the markets are going to remain stable. There's no bad news coming out about Apple. This is my optimistic scenario. In the bearish scenario, I would say we're going to see us go down and down, hit the 126, 27, then spike massively on earnings. So that could happen, although it's I think this one is more realistic. We're just going to keep trending upwards, up and up and up and up, spike on earnings, and then potentially come down severely, $10 to $20, and then rally from there. But yeah, this is my weekly prediction and analysis for Apple stock. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. That would be really cool. Check out the Lucid merch. We have hoodies and t-shirts. Link is in the description for that. We also have a Patreon that you can join for the public trading account, early access, the consultations, the buy and sell signals, and many, many other benefits can be found at the Patreon. Many other people already joined it, so definitely join that as well. We have a Discord community that you can join for free. We talk about trading, investing, and finance. Link for the Discord server and the Discord community will be down below as well, along with the socials. Guys, have an awesome day. This was Lucid Trading. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. That was the Apple. That was the Apple analysis. So, Gara, first time viewer and a new sub. Good info on Apple. Not trying to push you sideways, but any thoughts on Blackberry? I'm 100% sure a lot of people here are like, have subscribed to Wall Street Bets. Watch as Gara's analysis turns into real life within this week. Now, I think what's gonna happen is market opens, we go up, and it goes like that. It goes complete opposite, right? That'd be great. Oh wait, no. Imagine that draws this, and then in reality, this happens. Just the complete opposite, right? That would be so funny. I don't think that's gonna happen though. I think there's a high probability that this is gonna happen. But we'll see. We'll see. We need the positive momentum to keep being strong, keep being there. and we'll be fine. Okay, so we did Apple, right? We did Apple. We did Palantir, Apple, Snowflake. Which one do we want to do more? Tesla, potentially. Does Tesla look like an easy bet? No, it doesn't. Tesla looks like very difficult to predict. 4 hours. Oh, although the 4 hours do like it's gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be popping. Guys, watch Tesla on Monday. It definitely looks like we're gonna go to the 920s if this is the case. It's popping, all right. It's definitely popping. Daily chart, however, still crossing bearish. Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna look very weird on the MACD actually, because it seems like we're gonna spike again on the 4 hours. You can see it right here. I really don't understand what happened here with the MACD. Look at that. It went down all the way, yet the price kept going up. So interesting. That's institutions for you. And even right here, how the MACD just keeps going down, yet the price is staying at the same level. Very, very strong. But it's because of the float. I think the float is like completely... There's no stocks that you can buy. It's just completely owned by institutions and everything. We do see several gaps. I think they will be filled after earnings. Even if it spikes up, it's still going to fill these gaps. Say, for example, we go to like $920. Well, maybe even $930, $940. If we would drop 30% from there, that would take us to about 700s. So that would take us about all the way here in March. And a 30% correction with Tesla, I mean, it's nothing. It happens, right? It's just like, oh, it happened. So, yeah, I'm just still expecting something like that happening, even if we go to the 900s. Because we do seem very overextended on the daily. So very, very overextended. And especially on the weekly. So that is what I'm mainly afraid of. If it would load. Did it load? Yeah, there you go. So you can see how extended we are on the weekly. This eventually will come down. This long-term kind of momentum. Same, I would say, about the RSI. We've seen this happen several times. And the last time this happened was, for example, right here. This happened in March. I think in March the momentum went down. We spiked in July. So we're spiking right now in that kind of department. But eventually this momentum will come down at like, I think at like February, March. Just, yeah. Yeah, so definitely going to see that happening, going back to the 700s. Also, I would say Tesla's one of the hype stocks. Lots of people are holding Tesla not based off of fundamentals, just because there's a lot of hype around it as well. Although I think it's a great company. It's one of my favorite companies. But I would still say that there's too much hype. But yeah, what can you do about it? It's like once the hype wears off, it's just gonna come back to this area. But anyway, yeah. So with Tesla, I think just a quick sum up. I think we're gonna be spiking to the upside. I think right here, potentially just keep going up. And then come down after earnings, pretty much. So more like something like this, and then come down. Probably come down all the way to the 770s, and it's just going to be so bloody unless they have like exceptional results. Major sell-off during the month of February, probably during March, potentially. Yeah, somewhere there. All right, let's see. We also have Neo. I think Neo is going to do well. I think Neo is going to do really well, actually. It already escaped the bearish channel. Deliveries are like such a major catalyst for Neo, I would say. Although it seems like on the short term it's going to see a correction. Could still be heading up there. From there, it could still be heading up, though. Yeah, so that's definitely what I'm seeing right now. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up the live stream right now because I'm trying to fix my own sleep pattern so I can upload more for you guys. I really have a messed up sleep pattern because of the fact that the time zones between the Netherlands and the USA, the United States of America, it's different. And in the past, I used to stay awake until 4 a.m. To upload and to answer questions and to do consultations. So I'm going to try to bring that back to my original sleep pattern. But it's going to take a while, like a couple days, maybe even a week. So normally I would continue, but it's about to be 10 p.m. So I'm gonna try to, just not not put too much of a strain on myself. I'll be uploading the videos or the analyses that I did during the live stream. So those are gonna be up on the channel very soon. But yeah, unfortunately, I cannot keep going right now as we speak. But once I do get to bed earlier and wake up earlier, I can upload way more content. And I would also say go live for longer, and it's just going to be great, right? That's just what I'm thinking right now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the live stream so far. I would appreciate it if you could hit the like, and if you could subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. Gara, bind the blinding curtains and just simulate the US time zone. Lol. That would be crazy. What time you live tomorrow? Well, it's different. Well, that's a good question. I think 2 hours, a good 2 hours before the market opens. So I'll be live tomorrow, definitely. So subscribe, like. I'll be live again tomorrow before the market opens. I'll be live 2 hours before the market closes. That's also a thing. Let me see. Have I checked? Ah, man, there's 2 hours left until the futures open. I just want to see what's happening, right? I want to see. I think Bitcoin is already open. Bitcoin is always open, isn't it? Yeah, Bitcoin is selling off. That's kind of the pattern. Probably going to keep selling off. So I think Bitcoin being selling off could potentially mean that money is going to go to stocks. So maybe we're going to have really green futures because earnings are going to be great. That could very well be the case. Also, I need to say this again. Guys, if you want to have access to my public account, you can do this by going to the Patreon, where you have several tiers, right? You can pay like $3 as a donation, but the $10 donation is enough to get access to the public account. The $10 donation is enough to get the public account access. I'll be uploading every single day on the Patreon for the public account, how it's progressing, what I'm buying, what I'm selling, what I sold, what I bought. And we're going to try to get from 2,000 to 10,000 euros, right? So I'm using euros, 2,000 to 10,000 euros. I personally use CFDs, which is an instrument, contracts for difference, where you can use leverage. So we're going to get to 10K very fast. We could lose everything, could also be the case if something very unfortunate happens, like a stock market crash. But most likely we will foresee it coming. But yeah, you can definitely check out the Patreon if you haven't done that yet. A lot of people already joined. It's going to be super exciting. I think the public account is, and a lot of people are interested in it. They've been asking it for like such a long time now. So at some point I was like, sure, I'll open it up. But it's only going to be available for patrons. Okay. Which trading software should I buy or use? I personally use TradingView. It works perfectly fine. We got many platforms out there, but yeah, I use TradingView. Let's see. Let's see. I'm also going to do some shout outs. I think I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna do a shout out to anybody that follows me on Instagram and on Twitter. So I'm gonna be giving that right now to some people out there. Shout out to Jennifer, Anna Madafi. I think it's Madafi. Thank you for following me on Twitter. And a shout out to, let me see. If I can find it. I really am not I'm not the best with like social media. Shout out to Kamchaz Schwemberger Art and Dude West. Awesome. Thank you guys. GME is undervalued. GME is undervalued. GME is very overvalued, but it's a pump and dump right now. It's super overvalued. What Patreon level is the public account? It's the $10 one. It's called, I think it's called Rookie Lucid Trader. I think it's that one. Oh, which one did I want to search? Gosh. Did we top out on the MACD? I think so. Yeah, this is definitely going to come down. It's just going to go like that. So probably go sideways. I'm not seeing anything happening with CCIV unless there's like a merger confirmation or something like that. Oh gosh, my neck. But yeah, guys, so my plan for tomorrow, I'll be live again for tomorrow. I think about 2 hours before the market is going to be open. Obviously, I'll be there. I'm going to try to upload some videos before then. And yeah, that should pretty much be it for like the pre-markets. Then we'll probably go live until about an hour or two after the market has already opened. We'll take a break again after that, and then I'll be live 2 to 3 hours before market close. So keep that in mind. We are live twice a day, and then you can join, and we talk about stocks, we talk about asset classes, trading, investing, pretty much everything. And I think honestly tomorrow could be a very exciting day because, well, earnings season is here. Earnings is coming for a lot of stocks. For, I think, Wednesday, we're going to see Apple and Tesla, two of the big ones. So it's going to be super, super cool. Oh, yeah, we are going to be covering everything. We're going to be covering everything. Literally everything. Every earnings, everything. So definitely tune in when we do that, because I think it's going to be very important to be covering that. I mean, fundamentals is a fundamental part of stocks. I love this hoodie. It's great quality. Lucid merch, definitely got some Lucid merch. A link is in the description for that. For the merchandise store, it's really good stuff. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna be wrapping up the live stream now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome Sunday. Do not forget to like, subscribe, check the socials, join the Discord community. I cannot say this enough. I'm going to give you guys a link to the Discord community. I will always be in the Discord community. Everybody is already there. If you haven't joined that, make sure you do. And yeah, we're going to have an awesome time. All right, guys, this was Lucid Trading. Join the Discord community. I'll be seeing you very soon.